Distinguished Chairman of the Subcommittee on this committee, Mr. Connolly.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. And let me join you in wanting to have this kind of oversight hearing. My friends on the other side of the aisle want to avoid talking about things that are uncomfortable. My friend, Mr. Comer, and I respect him, he and I had an exchange a number of months ago, which he actually raised the question, why should his constituents in Kentucky be paying for certain things that benefited largely other parts of America? But then a tornado hit your district, and all Americans responded, including this one, in wanting to provide relief, emergency relief, for people who were affected by a tragedy, because we're all Americans. Senator of Kentucky, minority leader of the U.S. Senate, in talking about the plight of local governments at the height of the pandemic, said, let them file for bankruptcy. That was his ethos. By the way, the fact that constitutions in many states prohibit that, notwithstanding, if local governments had in fact followed Mitch McConnell's advice, the bond market in the United States would have been destroyed. Services would have collapsed at the height of the worst pandemic in over 100 years. Criticism of President Biden is fascinating to listen to if you want to forget that his predecessor, Donald Trump, was advocating drinking Clorox as a possible solution to the virus. We've come a long way. Economically, we've come a long way because of the investments we've been willing to make, with some Republican support. The bill we passed in March of last year is one of the most transformative investments in response to this pandemic we could have made. We cut child poverty in half. And instead of having an economic collapse as being predicted at the height of the pandemic, we had, as the chairwoman said, robust growth, the most robust growth of any industrialized nation in the world during this pandemic. We had 5.7% GDP growth rate last year. We haven't had that since 1984. We had the lowest number of unemployment filing last quarter of last year since 1969. We had, as the chairwoman said, the largest number of job growth in the history of America in the first year of any president. I'm proud of the investments we made. But I, like the chairwoman, and I hope all members of this committee, want to know, what did we get right and what did we get wrong? How can we learn best lessons so that we do it even better as we move forward? So I'm glad we're having this hearing. Madam Chairwoman, I thank you for convening it, and I would hope we'll focus on the subject at hand instead of political gimmickry and posturing that helps nobody as we're trying to come out of this pandemic and continue the economic growth pattern that President Biden has overseen. Thank you.